Is this real? I don't... Guys, hello? How's the signal? How are things looking? How are things feeling? This is the first live stream. How am I? Dude, hi. Dude, Monty, long time no see. Montana, what time does it start? It's starting now. I know YouTube has a fat delay. Hi, Sammy. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. Guys, I'm here. I know. Honestly, the irony of everything that transpired this last week, I'm like, oh, I have to live the astrology. I don't get to just sit and talk about it, and fingers crossed. Okay, my camera bugging me a little bit. A little rotation. Guys, look at my sword. I need to hang it. I need to mount it. I want to like mount it right here. My sword. Hi, friends. My heart. Okay, let me double check. Want to get my setup over here. Okay, should be. Oh, am I not? It's not showing up. Okay, there we go. I'm like, I should be live on TikTok. There we go. TikTok folks. Hi guys. Hi Tasia. Okay, my chat for TikTok. Oh, sorry, burping. So fun, cool thing. Fun, dude. Guys, I feel like this is like a catch up. Like, we need to catch up. We need to talk. We're going to be talking about last week a little bit because some of the transits that are happening are bigger things that apply moving forward. I need to just talk. I just need a moment to talk. I feel like I've not gotten to like really, I'm still, I don't know. Okay, Izzy, take a moment. I feel like, is this real? Is this real? Like, for those of you who are just popping in for the first time. So, as I hit the mic, I'm sorry guys. I feel awkward. I feel like this is my first time streaming. I almost said the last time. This is where, holy cow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a full YouTube video on like just the magic of like what occurred. Hi Amy. Oh my gosh, hi. But like, holy, Dobby's free. That's how it feels, guys. I'm free. So I've been planning to move and it just happened a lot quicker. It was kind of like Spirit's like, yeah, like this was the plan the whole time. You just didn't, we couldn't tell you because you probably would have freaked out because essentially, well, thanks for the resub. Thank you, Matt. That was so loud. I need to turn my computer sound down. Hold on. There we go. There was a wildfire where I was living previously. Luckily, goddess bless, it didn't actually move close. Like, it was close to our property. We were set to evacuate, and it just was one of those things where it's like, I just had to make the call because you just never know. And for those of you who are like, but nothing looks different, I live in a fifth wheel trailer. You wouldn't be able to tell by my setup unless you're like sneakily looking and you see like the like metal here. And like you can see like the wheel thingy back there, or like one of the things that, yeah, you can't really tell. So Mina, hello, thank you. So yeah, I moved, and the interesting thing is the only two things that got damaged in the move is this monitor right here. So there's like about like 5 inches of it that doesn't work right now, so it's like I have smaller real estate. And then also my phone screen got kind of damaged, so I have a new phone. It's also 1111. I have 3 phones right now, guys, because I'm transferring things over. Oh, it just changed. Anyways guys, I just like, it's a weird thing when you live in a home like mine because it can move anywhere. And so it's like, it always feels like home, right? I feel like home, but the location's different. So highly recommend. I love this. I love my life. Everything's great. So yeah, that happened. And of course it was the week of Barbalt's basket. How is that? How are you guys? Enough about me. How are you guys? How is this last week for everybody? And my TikTok folks, thank you for liking and sharing. Yeah, like literally having an RV. I wanted a tiny home, but like it's not the cost of building it, but it just was like the logistics that went into it, where I was like, I could just have this and easily renovate it. This is technically a toy hauler, so there's not like a bunch of furniture in here, so I just have my own like normal furniture in here. Pretty awesome. Yeah, it's been a while, dude. Yeah, Tasia, there's so many messages that I need to reply to, so please bear with me for everybody who's messaged me or reached out to me, or like I've read your message, just haven't had the capacity to respond. So patience, I'm like slowly, like it's like walking on land again is kind of what it feels like. Yeah. Tasia, you've been on my mind, on my heart. I love you. Okay, sending you a big hug. You were like in my meditation this morning. So it goes on emotional roller coaster and started with a funeral, ended with a wedding and baby announcement. Well, isn't that just serendipitous? Like, or not even it just is life, right? The death and rebirth and celebration and wow. I'm a Leo sun, Aquarius rising, upcoming eclipse is on your birthday. Feel like it's amping up. Oh my gosh, I remember having an eclipse birthday. That was very interesting. Lizard's Heike been going through it this week, but I think the underlying feeling is that I'll be okay somehow, some way that I can't see. Yeah, that's literally the collective energy. It's like we're all just taking like steps forward into uncertainty. And the thing about holding uncertainty is it really just, the more you can hold uncertainty, the more you can actually just enjoy life, because truly none of it's certain. It's just the illusion of control that we've been taught to hold. Oh my god, Narrow, hi. Holy shit. What a crazy flashback. How are you, love? You're eating a Frosty, my queen. Are you dipping fries in it though? Because if you're not, I don't know if we can actually, I don't think our friendship is gonna last. Got a new car and a fat check for my old one, so this week's been awesome. Yeah, it's like, it's been dismantling yet exciting, right? Like, it's interesting. Definitely showing up for different ways and different for different people. Oh my god, thank god, Callie. Otherwise I was gonna have to like send you divorce papers for our marriage. Oh yeah, so a little bit about last week. I'm sure you guys like heard about it. I'm sure you saw other astrologers talking about it. Lots of crazy stuff. We had the Barbalt's basket, which was a configuration made out of the outer planets mostly, and then Jupiter joined. By the way, guys, the nodal shift YouTube video is up. We're going to briefly talk about it here. This is going to be a longer live stream, so buckle up, get some snacks. If you can't stay for the whole live stream, it's totally fine. It automatically re-uploads to my 8th house Mercury YouTube, and then I modify it and cut some of the chatty stuff out and put it on Astramia YouTube, and then my newsletter. I'm going to be writing about some of these retroactive transits that happen that we're going to discuss. So all the info will be out there. We're back in business, but just the irony. Thank you, Victoria. Oh, it's Victory. I just named you Victoria. I'm so sorry. But I would love to know your name if you feel that desire to share. Just the irony that I was out of commission on like a pretty big week. Thank you. It was so good to see you, Nero. I'm so glad you popped in. We'll definitely have to catch up, okay? That was such a crazy flashback. I love you. Oh my god, Izzy's here. Hi, Izzy. Amber. Ah, hi. Oh my gosh, we have so many Ambers. Oh. Okay, let me click back here. Oh, we're live on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch right now, just so everybody's aware. Multiple platforms. We're doing the thing. Yes, doing the astro forecast. We're doing a fat catch up right now because I wasn't able to stream last week. Burn it down so we can rebuild literally the energy. So this sort of basket, I'm going to talk about me for a second because I feel like I haven't been able to talk to anybody. Like I can, but like messaging right now is like, I don't have the bandwidth to like type things out or text things out to people. So I appreciate people's patience. But this Barbolt's basket, Jupiter and Pluto were directly squaring my Mars and Taurus. So it was like, oh, your masculine energy, your will, your drive. Okay, we're going to it was like all gas at certain moments and then all brakes and then all gas and then all brakes and then all gas and then all brakes. And it literally was like, so intense for me to hold that energy. And now that it's over, I was like, oh yeah, that was a piece of cake. Like in it, I felt like I did pretty decent. Because it was like literally, I'd be like, is my property gonna catch on fire tonight? I don't know. I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm just gonna trust my intuition to wake me up and go. Like it literally was like a very wild experience. And the energy of fire, like the irony of like everything that transpired for me was so amusing. It was just so amusing. And I'm pretty sure I had a dream about everything that happened of having to evacuate almost like a year and a half ago. I'm going to have to look through my dreams that I've journaled down. So woo-wee mama, it just was a deep trust fall and like just knowing I had the capacity to make the change. And yeah. Oh, thank you. It feels so good to be back. Like genuinely, I'm like, and the environment I'm in, guys, it was so sweet. So my new people happening or joining. Deer are like my number one sign from my guides, like deer. And a lot of people just like, I don't know if it's the Virgo rising in me. People just relate deers to me, or a stag is like my number one animal totem. And so I literally was sitting here. I hadn't seen a lot of animals since I moved, given it had only been like, I don't know, like 5 hours. And I was like, I haven't seen an animal. I'm going to go crazy. And then I was like, no, I'm just going to trust, like, you know, I'm meant to be here. I got my cat. He's a good animal. Hi, bud. You coming to join? Oh, he is so stinking cute. And then the deer showed up and one was sleeping under my house. Come here. And then a baby and then a little young buck was here, and they were all just sleeping in front of my house. Yeah. What degree? Yeah. This him stream, he says, hello. Welcome back to the astrology forecast for the week ahead. My name is Solus, and I'm really upset I can't go outside. They need to trust their new neighbor first. Yeah, they were like, who is this lady? Who is this lady? They were so sweet. I'm gonna get like a bowl of water to put out there for them. It was hot the other day, so him is so cute, and him likes to get behind my monitors. Aw, it my sweet boy. So, whew, I just feel, because I knew this change was coming. It just was supposed to be the end of August or the end of July. And so the fact that this happened so much quicker, it's like, I think my energy is a little bit just like shell shocked, but also not in the same degree, where it was like, no, we knew this was coming and we were prepared for it. So this just is what it is. And so I'm like going back and forth between like, oh my gosh, I should be integrating, panicking, all this stuff. And then I'm like, wait, but like actually I'm fine. And it's like, am I gaslighting myself or am I actually fine? I don't know. I'll let you guys know once I know. So here we are. And then, yeah, this last week we had some massive transits with the Barbalt's basket, and that was more a societal shift. And I'm sure you guys have like heard other astrologers talk about it. My 2 cents is ultimately like it is this push of thanks for the follow. Welcome, Teddy. Let's go on Twitch. It's sort of this uncomfortable edge of like society is changing and a lot of people want to go back to the way things were, and let's be honest, that hasn't worked for our boomer generation. Things are not going back to the way they were, so it's how do we work with what is present now and continue to move forward and continue to build. Okay, and that's sort of like, how are you going to step into this energy? That's sort of the Barbald's basket is like, this is the first one. There's going to be another one that happens, and this configuration is going to be kind of locked in the sky for a while because it's made of mostly outer planets. The sun's going to be joining this configuration with this upcoming week, and oh man, ow, don't claw me, my guy, like I'm your mom, don't be rude. This is all like, all of this happening is so interesting to me because if you watched my nodal shift video, some big stuff happening. Yeah, adjusting to with society. Yeah, and it's honestly, I don't know, I just feel very blessed wherever I go, because when you're in that energy of just like, I'm just gonna have joy no matter what, because nobody has the power to take that from me, you'd be surprised at like the natural people that you attract because you're in that energy. It's pretty sick. And welcome to new folks who are popping in for the first time. I am Izzy. Welcome. Every Sunday I go live doing this, and what this is we're going to be talking about the astro forecast for the week ahead. We're going to do a little bit of a recap of last week since I wasn't able to go live. And yeah, first time logging into Twitch in like 2 or 3 years. Let's go. Bring Twitch back. I don't know. Twitch is just a platform I've used since I was like 16, which is so weird to say. Guys, by the way, okay, I had a little bit of not an argument with somebody in my comments, but my recent video I uploaded on TikTok about Be My Guest, somebody's like, that song's from Descendants. And I was like, baby girl, that song is from Beauty and the Beast. I'm sure Descendants has a remix to it, but I was like, oh my god, am I at that age where it's like they remix it and put it on a new show and all the kids think that it's from the new show? I was like, there's no way. And I was like, I literally did a performance to that in middle school. Song. Wild. I'm like, oh no, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I love it though. Yeah. Literally, I love you, Josephine. Like literally, Google raised me at this point. Yeah. You know, Gina, I'm here to tell you I'm technically Gen Z. I'm older Gen Z, which is such a weird thing. Okay, hey, so we have to talk, and you need to listen to me, sir. You cannot go. Not you cannot. No. Oh, he's like, stop it. He wants to go behind my monitors. Yeah. Oh my gosh, hair in my mouth. Hair in the mouth. He said stop, and now he's coming back. He wants to go outside. So do not. Absolutely not. Listen here, mister. You have a bug on your ear, and I'm gonna get it off, and then you're gonna not go on my computer. Then you're okay. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Bye. Or you can lay on my lap. Make that's your only choice, is lap or leave me alone. He's just so okay. I'm sorry. I just feel like I feel like we're just having a little catch up time. Yesterday I was helping my family with their spot that they were moving to. And stop it. And my brother has kids, and then my other brother's baby mama was visiting, and they have kids together, obviously. And they were talking about their kids and the behavioral stuff, and I was like, yeah, my cat. My cat. Solus. You see him? You're not. Okay, we're just gonna have a moment with him for a second. All right, where do you want to be? You gonna sit right there? Just sit there. Sit down. Okay. He does. He wants to go outside. He actually doesn't care. Am I still in the Pacific Northwest? Yes. Yes, I am. I had just gotten everything like registered where I'm at, and I'm just like, I don't have the capacity to move anywhere else right now. I definitely know that I would like to move other spaces because I can. Hey, you're not doing this right now, sir. He jumps up on my computer and then goes behind there. Okay. You just stay here. All right, guys. I think it's time. I think it's time to actually talk about what has been going down. I know I mentioned the Barbelt's basket. It's not very personal unless it was making aspects to some of your personal planets, right? If you had anything at 4 degrees of Taurus or 4 degrees of Scorpio or 4 degrees of anything kind of at 4 degrees realistically with some of these things, it would have felt a bit more significant for you. For me, my Mars is at 5 degrees of Taurus, so it was making a square. So around 3, 4, 5 degrees of Taurus Scorpio or adjacent. So there's bigger things moving, and I'm sure you all can feel it. It's kind of, I mean, I've been talking about this. I feel like a broken record saying this, but when the outer planets moved into their new signs, it was this changing of the guard. It was this massive like shift regarding how society is operating moving forward, and they were all in feminine signs, so water and earth, the last 7 to 30 years. Whoa, my brain just short-circuited. So with this shift of them, it is a massive societal shift. Now, let's talk about some of the things that have happened this last week. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right. How's that looking? Let me adjust and burp all over you guys. My screen is so small. There we go. Now I'm centered. Okay, dude. He's gonna piss me off the whole time. We're just gonna be aware of that. Okay, so let's talk. So last week, Shrek wisdom better out than in, so real. Okay, we had the sun enter Leo on the 22nd. Okay. Let's go. All right. So sun, hour, jump, moved into Leo. So let's talk a little bit about Leo season for a moment. So we're going to just recap last week, just a little bit, those really important things that are happening, especially today, things that are happening today. And then we're going to be moving into the upcoming week. Okay. And then at the end, we will have spots for questions, astrology questions, thoughts. You get a penny for my thoughts kind of thing. All right. Grab your snacks. We're getting into it. So last week there were other transits happening. I'm not going to really talk about Barbalt's basket because I already been yapping about it and whatever at this point. It's like society shifting. Pluto's in Aquarius. We already knew that. It's already happening. So what in gross. I don't know what I don't know if it was a bug. You. So last week, the major transits that I want to talk about is the fact that the sun entered Leo, Mercury stationed direct, and then today, when I'm recording this and I'm live right now, the nodes are switching into Leo and Aquarius, and then Saturn stations retrograde. Okay, so we're going to be talking about that, and then we'll talk about the upcoming week. So Leo season, the sun is in Leo, and so when the sun enters a new sign, that is a opportunity for our collective ego to take center stage on a different area of your life. So looking at where Leo is within your natal chart, let's talk a little about thanks for the follow. Let's go. Let's talk a little bit about Leo energy in general and understand Leo. Yeah. Okay. Wow. You guys, I feel so freaking rusty. I feel so rusty. I'm talking about astrology right now. So what I want to do is just a little mini lesson for my new folks. So we have our first 4 signs, our second 4 signs, and then our third 4 signs. The first 4 signs are our personal signs. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer are all oriented towards their self and their identity. This is not that they are selfish. That's literally like if you have prominent placements in the first 4 signs, a lot of things tend to be more self-focused. Then our second 4 signs are interpersonal signs. That means that they are more oriented towards one-to-one relationships and or smaller groups, right? So that's Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. They're all about connecting to more closely knit relationships, more intimate relationships. Oh, you're attacking me now. Well, okay. No. I don't have to get the spray bottle out, guys. I'm gonna have to get the spray bottle out if he keeps acting like this. Okay. Lost my TikTok chat. Hi, TikTok. There we go. Thank you guys for liking and sharing. Hey. Stop. He's like messing with the power cords now. Bro. Hey. No. Oh, guys, I gotta go under. Hey. Stop. All right. Look, play with this. Play with this. Ah! Come on. Play with this. Oh, guys, help. Help! You already ate. Guys, I'm a bad mom. I'm a bad mom because I just gave him second breakfast to leave me the frick alone. Whatever. All right. This kid, I swear. Yeah, trust me, I do time out, but then he like starts clawing at my carpet and that'll be distracting. Whatever. Okay, so then we have our second quadrant, which is the interpersonal signs. So like I said, connecting to people. And then we have the last four, which is our transpersonal signs. It's all about collective energy, the greater good, the bigger picture thinking. So the reason I kind of oriented us to that is because we're looking at the flashbanged us. Sorry guys. We're we are looking at the sun moving into Leo. And so this is a visceral shift from Cancer. I'm sure you guys felt it depending on where it's at within your natal chart. And so the sun entering Leo, it's its natural home. So there's a lot more vitality. I mean, it's such a delicious energy. This is, I feel like, peak summer energy. It is a fixed sign. It is the middle of summer. This is where it's hot. And there is more of a desire to be seen, more of a desire to be witnessed. Now, this is such an interesting time. And I talked a little bit about it, and we'll talk about it in a moment. But when we are looking at the sun moving into Leo for you, this is this area that really wants to be highlighted right now. It's an area of your life that wants to be celebrated, wants to be witnessed, wants to be brought into the light. Okay. And there's sort of this exposing energy that is coming through with this Leo energy at this time. We'll talk about that in a moment, but just understanding like this is where the light is just shining bright, shine bright like a diamond. What else wants to come through with this Leo season? We're entering into Leo and Aquarius seasons are going to be pivotal times for us. It's going to be a massive transmutation of how we relate to the energy of Leo. I'm going to talk about Mercury stationing direct first, and then we're going to jump back to this Leo energy in a moment. So Mercury stationed direct on the 23rd and will be in his post-retrograde shadow until the 6th of August and then move into Leo. So we're on the way I kind of like to describe Mercury retrogrades is it's sort of like hiking up a mountain and then you double back, right? And so you get to see the hike that you hiked up from a different perspective, and then you get what you were looking for and you get to climb back up again. So this is a path that we've already walked with Mercury, and so we're doubling back, or we're now headed back up the mountain and observing why some of these deeply emotional things were coming up. Whew, how did that Mercury retrograde treat? How was it for you guys? How did it treat you? It's freaking sucked. I brought back exes for me. Very specific energy, which I'm really grateful because it had me purging these connections that I didn't realize were still energetically lingering. I cried so much. It almost feels like it opened things up where I wasn't allowing myself to just like feel in the moment. And it really opened a channel to just like feel in the moment. Like, I mean, I got home yesterday and just was like crying. And normally like, that's not it. I normally don't do that. Yeah. Big emotions. Yeah. Rip me apart. Now I'm burning. Yeah. I'm feeling the burn too. Been odd. Mostly internal communication and aha moments. Beautiful. Yeah, intense. So now Mercury is moving direct. So there's this sort of like clarity coming through of and emotional clarity is different than cerebral clarity, right? I want to really name that because a lot of people, especially with the astrology that's happening right now, a lot of people are looking for like aha, clarity, like this is the dun 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 dun, like you've made it, here's your next quest. And with Mercury moving direct in a water sign, it's not this like boom, here's an answer. It is just you know how like little kids will, or I'm seeing like a beaver dam, or like little kids redirecting a stream. It's like you've been clearing away the debris that's been built up for a long time. So now it just has a natural flow. It's like opening an access port to something that had been built up for a long time. I just want one day without tears. It's been weeks. Oh no, but the tears are so good. At least it's moving, because I'm sure it's been built up for a while. So we'll be continuing understanding that and alchemizing what moved through. So let this time in the post shadow period be more of that integration piece of like, oh, understanding why things move through and understanding why the emotions were what they were and having gentleness and grace with it. Now, moving into today, Sunday, July 26th, we have pretty big shift happening, and it's kind of what I've been alluding to with this sun in Leo energy. Let's cast the chart, and then let's look here. Let's jump ahead a couple hours. We're looking at the nodes here. The nodes will be shifting signs. I don't know the exact time, so we're just going to find that out together. There we go. Okay, 5:55. Let's go. Okay, let me have a sip of my coffee. So I shared a whole YouTube video, 45-minute long YouTube video on the nodal switch. I still have so much to talk about with this. Like, I feel like I barely scratched the surface of it. This is big energy. So the reason I was briefly talking about the sun and the energy of Leo is it is illuminating things. It's illuminating the next year and a half with the eclipses and with these nodes in the axis of Leo and Aquarius. We're going to be deeply confronted with where we've been using our own life force energy, Leo, in ways that aren't actually serving the greater good. And that's not to say that you guys are doing that. It's where things were naturally indoctrinated in you to be a puppet, to be a performance piece for, come here, for the distraction of what's really going on. Come on. There we go. No, you stay on the lap. You had your snack. Chill. Chill. No. Can you guys hear him? He's crying. So it's intense. It's intense. And with Jupiter here too, it is also intense, guys. Like, ugh. God damn it. God bless our Leos, because y'all are going through a massive upgrade when it comes to authenticity. God, I'm sorry, guys. My brain's a little disheveled, and I appreciate your guys' patience. Isn't it funny that my little lion here is distracting me while I'm doing this? He's like, no, me, focus on me. And that's a bit of this South Node in Leo. There's going to be a lot more of like an emphasis on like societal distractions, trying to keep people playing into this, like feeding into celebrity culture, this competition sort of idea of like, if you're not the king, then you're not winning. And it really is this redirection of power to the people with the North Node in Aquarius and Pluto in Aquarius as well. Okay. As somebody who had just gone through the South Node moving through their first house, your entire personality is going to change. Your entire, like, it's just a stripping away of the false. It's like exfoliation. Think of it like that. You're getting exfoliated by the planets, and so there's going to be a time where your skin feels very raw, but it's okay. You'll make it through. This nodal switch is a collective switch in direction, and the way I described it in my video, and feel free to check that out if you feel that desire to, is, and it got really emotional at a certain point because I was channeling as well, and this sort of energy came through, is like there's this big addressing with the South Node in Leo of where we have had our natural charisma, our natural light, our natural energy corrupted. Where that light was taken for the benefit of whomever was around you, whether it was your parents saying like you need to get good grades, or it was a boss saying like you're my best performing asset, you need to keep doing it. There's this reclamation of like redirection of energy. It's like, where is your energy going? Your light, your life force energy, where is it going? And what is it feeding into? I see a redirection of money for people too, where, especially with Chiron and Taurus as well, a redirection of like, what are we investing in? Who are we giving our money to? Who are, right? It's going to be dismantling in a beautiful way, where it's like there's going to be a massive redirection of energy. We've already been feeling that happening, where it's less about like movie stars and it's more about like connecting with people who you align with and who are authentically sharing themselves with the world. And the sun, yeah, we'll talk about the sun and Jupiter conjunction that's going to be happening this upcoming week, leading into the full moon in Aquarius. It's going to be a bit of a shock for people who are not already naturally leaning into this Aquarian energy. So let's talk about the North Node in Aquarius, what this is asking of us. And I'm going to pause for a second and just check in with everybody. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all good? Just checking in. I always want to make sure that people are getting it. I shared about that in my YouTube video. I'm probably not going to dive into personal interpretations right now, but at the end, I definitely will. Sick. Not my son chewing on my arm. Don't bite me. He is so mean right now. He's literally chewing on my arm right now. Not hard though. I am not afraid to bite him back. So with the North Node moving into Aquarius, Aquarius gets a very interesting energy, and I find this interesting because when we look at the archetype of Aquarius, it's the water bearer. It is this entity that is holding the collective consciousness within their water pitcher. It's the water of Pisces. They're pouring it out. And there is this understanding of your sole responsibility to the collective consciousness. That's why I'm really like feeling into this Leo energy of like a reclamation of your light so that you can pour it back into the collective consciousness and allow your unique. It's like you don't want to be a copy and pasted version of everything that you already see online. That's what society wants of you. That's the game that's being played on a collective level, is like, oh, just follow these people, do this thing, follow this fad, wear this clothes, get this, and you'll be that. And I know I'm not talking to people here that subscribe to that. So it's going to be interesting to see people who have been blindfolded, who have been naive, to have the awakenings, to have the, oh my God, what the so I already know that this is happening, and I already know the people that are here. You guys are going to be guiding lights for people that are stepping into this, right? you're going to be the collective people that people start looking towards and being like, what do we do? Hey, I need you to behave. Would you like a rock? Here you go. Yeah, we can't be the lifeboat, but we can be the lighthouse. Yes, I love that, Sam. So beautiful. So true. So Aquarian energy embraces your uniqueness. It embraces the thing that sets you apart from the crowd. It embraces your unique aspect. And it's like, wow, this just came through. You need to play into your flaws, because those flaws are exactly what's needed. And it's understanding that whatever was going on here in your life, and the Leo energy in your life, and the corruption of potentially like your light being taken from you, whatever that is, it's reclaiming that. And I really feel it's like, the parents saying like, don't be too much, or like slow down, or you're talking too fast, or you're not saying enough. You need to talk more. You need to be more likable. You need to be more funny, right? Whatever that looked like, or like it feels very parent, because Leo is that inner child, guys. Thanks for sharing the live, Tasia. And so it's like, these flaws are your strength. Yes. I love that, Josephine. I've been feeling that heavy. Like, what are the strengths I picked for this lifetime, and how can I offer them in service? Yes. Your dad was a Leo. Oof. Woof. I'm pretty sure my dad is a Leo rising. I don't know his time of birth though. That's just been my guess. Yeah, it's been that like, and we can look at that Leo energy and how we've played into that too, where you've continued that narrative of, I've got to play small, or I've got to perform, or what is that performance piece? And it's really giving like a marionette doll. Like it's giving this like puppet energy, where it's like, where have you just been still, even if you are that type of person where you're like, but I've been like shedding the layers, because I can feel into this for me too. And it's like the layers don't stop. Onions, layers, this freaking Fibonacci onion that we are. And so it's this, oh, my throat. How can we be okay? Because I'm going to name for me personally, just so you guys can have a tangible reference point. I have been recognizing for myself where I play up my energy to be really big and likable, and like being funny to be liked. And realistically, I'm really deepening into a more authentic tone of myself, and being a little bit more somber, a little bit more intentional with when and how I share my energy, instead of like stretching myself thin. I can't do the like, let me be the jester performing for people, especially with somebody with a platform that I've been building. I can't do that. It's not sustainable. And I don't want to have an audience of people that expect that from me. That's why you guys are here, right? I've been loving these live streams. That's why I love connecting with you guys, because I'm like, the people that consistently show up here, like, y'all moving through it with me. I know I'm not alone in that energy. Okay, so deeper aspects of the nodal shifts, talking about the Aquarian energy. This is how your unique piece of the puzzle adds to the collective. So there's going to be more community building. There's going to be more collective energy being shaped. So even like a lot of people actually like getting back into in-person community and community building in that aspect as well too, which is beautiful. And then also today, Saturn stations retrograde, which I feel like is such a beautiful addition to energy. Words right now, guys. Holy shit. It's a beautiful addition to the energy that's happening presently, where Saturn in Aries has been really teaching us to move slowly, to move intentionally, which is definitely not Aries natural energy. It wants to be fast. It wants to be the first one in line. It wants to be the first act of inspiration. It wants to be the first one creating and sharing. It's very Ace of Wands energy. And so it's like Ace of Wands is not sustainable. We need to like move through the stories. We need to move through the story of the wands and like that movement. So when we look at Saturn moving retrograde here in Aries, I literally was sitting on this in my meditation, like, yeah, how is that going to be moving for the collective? And for me, the way this has been moving through is understanding it's like a gentle backtrack and like, oh yeah, this was what came through. White people will know this, and I'm gonna straight up say white people and white dads, right? Where they strap something down to the trailer and they're like, they pat it and they go, well, that's not going anywhere. Like that's such like, and maybe it's not just white dads, maybe it's just dads. But I see like memes of white dads doing that where they're like strapping it down, this ain't going nowhere. It's kind of yeah, that's it. It's that energy where it's like looking at what you've cultivated so far and then like double checking. It's like, and now I'm seeing like race cars, which is that's making me think of you, Josephine, where I'm seeing like the pit crew, like making sure things are ready to go for the next lap and making sure that what you've cultivated so far is what you do want to continue to build on. So it really is this, did I store because I've been talking about Saturn and Aries, like chopping wood every day for 30 minutes so that you have something to burn in wintertime, so that you have the resource to build, so you have a supply to access. And so it's looking at like, oh, did I store the wood properly? Is this in a good location? Is the rain going to get it wet? Should I like, there's a backtracking of like, is this what I've been wanting to build? Is this it? And there's something about, hi, Graham. Hi. Shakedown drives. Oh, I love that. I knew you would have some sort of reference. I was like, there's something to this. Shakedown drives. First test where you push and make sure. Yes. Beautiful. I love, I knew you guys would have something to add to it. Ooh, I got chills where it's like, yeah, is this running? Is this operating for the like long-term race that I want to be embarking on? So there really is this test. Oh, whoa. This just made me think of a moment that had actually happened in my life. We got new tires on my first car was a 2004 hatchback Volvo. Loved her. She was a tank. And we got new tires on it and we were driving it to Southern California from Northern California. And my mom was driving and the wheel was shaking and she's like, something's off. Something's off. And I was like, no, it's just like, she's just a little Rick. My mom had an Audi at the time. I'm like, Mom, it's just not an Audi. And she's like, no. And pulled off to the side of the road. They had an apprentice put the tires on and they didn't put the nuts down strong enough. So we literally were on the last lug nut. And that's kind of the energy. It's like, whoa. We got to check the foundation. We got to make sure we're good to go. We're good to go. Check engine light is on. Check the engine. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to really take your time and take stock of what has been cultivated within your personality, because that's what Aries represents. It's the identity, it's the personality, it's the self. And it's like, yeah, is this what I want to be building a long-term structure from? And for my folks that are stepping into, I know there's been this beautiful influx of a lot of you guys stepping into building businesses, stepping into entrepreneur energy, stepping into this, like, I want to build this thing. This is now this opportunity to understand, and as somebody whose business literally revolves around me as a person, do you want your business to revolve around you as a person? You will always change. You will always be changing. Or do you want to build it under something else, under a different name, under a different identity, there is this sort of like, what do I want to embark on long term, right? So there's going to be a deeper invitation, and Saturn will be retrograde until just Saturn station direct. I'm pretty sure it's in December. Yeah, December 9th. December 9th, Saturn will station direct. And so these outer planets go retrograde pretty consistently. So just be aware, like, we're always going through this, like, going forward and then reviewing and going forward and then reviewing. So just knowing that it's a deeper internal, like, it's been a lot of building outside of yourself. And now it's time to, like, look inward and be like, is that what I want it to be? Okay, wow, I've been talking a lot already. We haven't even talked about this upcoming week, because this has just been a recap of the previous week because I wasn't here and I really wanted to talk about those pivotal things. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns? Oh, I love that, Sam. This makes me think of NASA and how they test things for space flight and simulate so many scenarios. Yeah, it's like, this is a great time for testing things. So for my friends who are building businesses, test it. I literally have gone through so many different offerings that I've offered until I found the things that work. And I know that they're probably going to change too, because I continue to change. And what I offer to the world is going to continue to change. Thank you guys for the likes and shares. Yeah. Holy cow, that was the right time to start. Yeah, no, literally. And Graham, you were on my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to ask if, since you're gonna be building some stuff, if you want me to plug that, I would love that. Oh, is that happening today? Wow. Oh, shit. Sorry. I accidentally opened my email and I saw a thing pop up. Yippee! Oh, crown chills. Yeah. Sounds good. Beautiful. Okay, let's talk about this upcoming week. Okay, excited. We have an Aquarius full moon happening, so let's talk about what's going down. We've got a lot happening, and thank goodness it's just like Monday and Wednesday are big things, and then we kind of have like a downtime of integration. And then Chiron goes, okay, anyways. Love you, Graham. Thank you. Yay. Hope you guys love my drinking coffee ASMR. Okay, so this upcoming week, so we're going to be talking about now the astro forecast for, you see my writing stuff down here for the week. Oh, okay. We're just going to clear all my notifications. There you go. I'm like, what's the week? The 27th to the 2nd. Okay, now it's locked in my brain. Okay, for the YouTube video, we're going to be talking about the astrological forecast for the week of July 27th to August 2nd. What the fuck? That's crazy. So on Monday, July 27th, we have the sun opposing Pluto, then trining Neptune, and then sextile Uranus. Yes, joining the Barbalt's basket, right? And then Wednesday, July 29th, Venus squares Mars, the sun is conjunct Jupiter, and then we have a full moon in Aquarius, which, yes, I will have a full YouTube video on this full moon in Aquarius. We're just a little backlogged right now with all the changes I've been moving through. So let's go ahead and dive into Monday. Let's go here. Hoo-wee mama. Okay, Monday. The sun is at 5 degrees. Well, this is happening a little bit earlier in the morning, so we'll do. Thank God he just left. He found something of interest. That is not me. AM. Okay, so there we go. Woo! I'm eepy, guys. Eepy energy. Okay, we made it. All right. So on Monday, the sun is at 4 degrees. Oh no, are you kidding me? Hold on, guys. We gotta. I hate when it does this. So it like has this grabber tool and then it doesn't disappear. So I have to do something and shut the application down. This is like the only way to do it. Thanks for your patience, guys. I might do my little intro thing again. There it is. End task. And then we open it again. Epic pen. Yeah, I feel like my head's not really on my shoulders yet. And I got stung by a bee twice. 2 bee stings on my foot. Okay. Let's jump back. Here, 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 here. We're good. All right. We're just gonna, from the top, we're going to be talking about the astrological forecast for the week of July 27th to August 2nd. On Monday, we have the sun joining Barbalt's basket, creating an opposition to Pluto, a trine to Neptune, and a sextile to Uranus. And then on Wednesday, the 29th, Venus squares Mars, and we have a full moon in Aquarius, and the sun conjunct Jupiter. Okay, let's talk about Monday. We have the sun here, 4 degrees, opposition, Pluto, boom, Neptune, 4 degrees, Uranus, 4 degrees. We have the basket, boom, there it is. Oh, it is. You guys are great. Thank you for hanging out with me with this. So with the sun joining this basket, it brings in our ego identity ultimately. So there's sort of a moment happening Monday of like, where do I fall into the changes that are happening at a societal level? How do I want to play a part of this? Again, with the energy that I was already previously talking about with this last week and this crazy like Leo energy and the invocation of your own light and the reclamation of your own light. How do you want that to start moving forward? It's such an interesting energy with Jupiter here as well, because it's almost like this, your light is shining so bright and it's like, whoa, this is a lot. Is it sustainable? Is this how I want to be using my energy moving forward? The sun opposing Pluto, there is going to be this sort of, it's the only hard aspect in this whole configuration. So it's like, oh, I love this. It's giving this one card in the alchemy deck. I'm gonna read this. It's because literally the image that just came through as I sat with this, it's like you're facing down one of the truest versions of yourself. You're facing down. Welcome, Unraveling. You're facing down one of the truest versions of yourself, and it's really asking you to be like, there's a bit of a call out coming from Pluto and Aquarius, and it's saying like, is that real? Is that really you? Is that really who you want to be? Is that authentic? You sure? What about this? What if we bring in that? What if we add this to the mix? Who do you want to be? It's giving this card within this deck the despicable face, which is what's hidden, unaccepted, and shamed. I'm going to read this as this opposition. The despicable face is never seen. Rather, it is kept in hiding to save the outward appearances. This card appears when something below the surface wants to be witnessed in order to be transformed. Everyone has their own version of the despicable face and their own reasons for assuming it's an abomination. It could be a buried resentment, an insecurity, or a physical characteristic that holds us back from expressing our true self. Remarkably, once revealed, it's not as despicable at all. It's human. It's interesting. What was once thought as an error becomes an asset on our journey of alchemical transformation. This card connects us to others and to humanity as a whole, and through the reclamation of our energy. Through the acceptance, we lift the veil of perfection and reclaim our energy. Honesty and acceptance are the balm that heals the most tender wounds. That's this energy. That is literally this energy. Also, by the way, TikTok, I think I have been missing some of your guys' messages. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Powerful. Where this is where, again, this Leo energy, it's doing this thing where it's like showing you where you've been performing and where you've kept a certain part of you hidden with this artificial light. Like, it literally is like this idea of like, I'm gonna do this, look at me, versus stepping out into the sun and letting your light match that. Like real energy. Real energy. Energy like this. Not from false things. It's like real. What is real? And it's exactly precisely that thing that you were probably shamed for. Oof. And I feel like it is so deeply tender, you guys. And it really is taking this coaxing of energy of like letting yourself feel safe enough. And there's so much support, guys. There's so much support with Neptune here, with Uranus here. There is so much support happening. Jupiter is supporting too, because Jupiter is actually like the one that's like, look. How do you know what's real till you do? Yeah, you can't force seeing. It's no. And it's one of those things where I think you weren't here at the beginning of this, Greta, but where a lot of the collective that I feel I'm reading into with this energy, you guys are the lighthouse for a lot of people that are just waking up for the first time. And so when I talk about this energy, this is the next evolution for my people that are here that collectively resonate with this energy, where there's this deeper stripping back of yeah, that and this feels more spirit led right now, because I'm like trying to create astrological words, but it literally is the stolen innocence collectively. And we know the bigger story of that. We know I have to stay within the safety parameters of the platforms I'm on. Stolen innocence. Where was your innocence stolen? And that might be a triggering question to ask, but that's what is being asked to be reclaimed. Because nobody can take that from you unless you're continuing to play into the stories around it and continue the patterns. This is a massive pattern breaking that is happening here that is so fully supported. Okay? It's intense. It's intense. And for my folks that are in the inner circle, we can chat about this, we can talk about this, like deeper support with this. Cuz it's definitely not for the faint of heart, right? It's heavy, unraveling. Whew. But it's so supported. Right? It's kind of like you don't realize that you don't have training wheels on anymore. And it's sort of this idea that like spirit put the illusion of training wheels on your bike so that you would go, but then they're like, they were never there. It was just an illusion. Haha, you had this the whole time. So big day Monday, right? Big day. And then on Wednesday, we're going to go ahead and jump ahead to Wednesday. Something I can say to that, Greta, is it's not about being, I was talking about the live stream just like today. I was just talking about it. You joined the live stream a little bit later, but that was something I was speaking to. But I also know that you living your life and you being in the moment with what is present and not engaging in people's content, you already know what's going down. You got it. Like you're already plugged in, and you know it's true for you. So this full moon, what time is that full moon at? Let's look at the exact time. Oh yeah, it's just like 7 a.m. Okay, there we go. So this full moon is freaking crazy, guys. We have a Jupiter Cazimi happening, and I'm going to be doing a full video about this because there's a lot to talk about. This full moon is confronting. Like, come on. Come on. This is going to be like, again, the start of these greater themes of confrontation, of where you have to break the old patterns. And that's the thing about Aquarius, is all about rebuilding new neural pathways. The fact that Pluto's retrograde in Aquarius right now, this is a big thing. Today's going to be a big, how do I want to word this? This is going to be exposing a lot of the bigger themes that you're going to be integrating and working with for the next year and a half. It's not an eclipse yet. It's not an eclipse yet. But it is going to be moving into those greater themes. Okay. Now, the Sun and Jupiter conjunct, it is like, how do I want to, because you guys know me, I'm not here to fearmonger people. Like, I that's just so silly. But I also want to be honest with you guys. It's almost like being granted a gift that you sorry, I'm totally struggling with the energy. It's totally in my mind right now. You're being the Sun and Jupiter coming together, a Jupiter Cazimi, Jupiter in the heart of the Sun. It's like energy on steroids, like Jupiter on steroids, and expanding this energy even more. So it's like, you know, those moments when like a superhero does, it's like ulting in a video game. If you know what that means, like using your ultimate move. It's like you're getting the opportunity to like have the big thing, and then it takes a while to recharge, but it's showing you what you're capable of. It's showing you your capacity. The biggest, brightest version of you. Big energy. Big energy. But the moon and the opposition is asking, what are you going to do with it? And so it's like, it's almost amplifying this energy over here. Like the light is like, the moon is shining brighter at this time too, because all of this is together. It's shining brighter. This moon is in the first decan, which is ruled by Venus, and we have the square. Yeah, there's so much happening too. I forgot the square that's happening. Oh my God, is that at the... Sorry, I'm doing math things. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, this is like, wait a second. Hold up. We gotta... I'm like, is this... Oh my God. I'm sorry. I just did the math. This is directly between the square that's happening. This is like a bow and arrow that is happening here. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm doing math. I was doing math. So this is like... I'm sorry. They're a 45-degree angle. Yeah. I'm like, wait, I was like, wait a second. We got a semi-square happening here. I was like, yeah, okay. You guys got to see it real time. I haven't sat with the energy for the full moon. Yeah, sorry, I had to do actual math. I'm like, have my calculator over here. I'm like, what is it? So, yeah. This is crazy. This is some crazy shit that's happening, guys. I'm not trying to scare you, but this is fucking insane. I'm not allowed to be like making breaks. I'm not allowed to be taking breaks from astrology ever again, because then I get jump scared by the aspects. This is yeah. This is interesting. Yeah, cool. So join the inner circle, guys. We're gonna be sitting with this full moon energy. I'm gonna be doing a deeper breakdown for this full moon in another video, because all this information happening right now, I definitely need to sit with some of it. It's fucking irritable. This full moon's gonna be irritable, and I'm gonna be so real. Okay, we gotta be, we're just gonna talk. Welcome, Shy. We are talking about, and you should be able to see it down here at the bottom. We're talking about the full moon in Aquarius that's happening on July 29th, which is actually happening with a Jupiter Cazimi and a semi-square aspect from Mars and Venus making a square. There's a lot of stuff going down. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Yeah. Jesus. So let's talk about this square also. We have our masculine and feminine, and Mercury has a bit in this as well. Okay, sorry, I'm like y'all are seeing me. I'm like the math girl meme right now. I'm like, what is this? I'm like doing the calculations in real time with you guys. Yeah, this is the full moon in Aquarius. This full moon is ruled by Venus because it's in the first decan. I'm like, right? Isn't that correct? I'm like, let me look at my notes that I did take. I was like, yeah, first decan, Venus, yeah, and it's ruled by the 5 of Swords, guys. The 5 of I can't fucking talk, guys. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords in astrology is this sort of battle, right? It's this defeat energy. There's going to be like, what is worth fighting for? It's losing something so that you can gain something. It's realizing you, yeah, for some of you guys, I'm thinking about our Cancer new moon that we had, which was very much about like sitting in the storm, like meeting the mother, right? For those of you who are in the inner circle, we did that like deep dive, this sort of reparenting, and it's realizing a lot of these things. It's realizing that a lot of sorry, I'm like actively integrating this real time. I'm seeing you're like plugged into a bunch of things. Like you have all this like energy attached to you, and you've been removing it because your light has been shining so brightly, and you're realizing like, I don't need to be have all this like parasitic energy on me. That's what it feels like. And full moons are all about like releasing energy and like reflecting. This is when our conscious mind, the sun in Leo, is illuminating our unconscious mind, moon in Aquarius. And there's massive amplification happening here. And then with this energy of Venus, and I can't even fucking talk. That's how I feel like my mainframe's overloaded. I'm gonna have to keep my eyes closed because I'm gonna keep getting derailed by looking at things. With Mars and Venus in a square right now, and they're both in the signs ruled by Mercury, and Mercury just went direct. Bear with me, I'm connecting all these dots because this is the thing, guys. Like when you look at your natal chart, I'm gonna give a little plug for a moment. You can't just read each aspect of your chart alone. It all plays together. It's a symphony. you can look at the one note, but you're not going to understand the whole like song that it's creating unless you look at everything, right? That's what an astrologer does. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm understanding all these different little threads and seeing how they're co-creating together. When you isolate things, it can create its own story, but you need to understand like the undertones, or like I'm hearing like the way, and I don't know music. I don't know why I'm bringing in music, but for people that make music, like you'll get it. So Mars and Gemini and Venus and Virgo, both very cerebral signs as they're ruled by Mercury, but they're different because Mars is asking for curiosity and Venus is asking for precision and decision. And so there's this friction that's happening, that this full moon, right, they're kind of funneling in there. The meeting of the minds happens here, and then it's slingshotting into this Aquarius energy. It's like, phew. Yeah. Right. It's this whole fucking thing. Okay. Ugh. I'm gonna have to do a full YouTube video on all this because I need to collect my thoughts. But basically, this full moon is really asking you to enact. Oh, I heard like an act of rebellion for your for your sake. Oh my god, my spider's on my camera, guys. You can't see him. I'm gonna have to take a picture. Alright, he's watching me. He's watching me live stream right now, guys. Smile. Smile. Oh my god. Let me show you guys. Him's just hanging out up there. I have 2 cameras, yes. Guys, this is crazy. This whole live stream, I don't know. So fucking insane. Oh, yeah. All my spiders traveled with me, by the way. I have 2 spiders that are in my bathroom, and they're daddy long legs. Got one up there. This guy, he's traveled around my whole house. I'm pretty sure it's the same one, huh? Oh, I feel so loved. Okay. So when all of this boiling down to this sort of like 5 of Swords energy, it's kind of like understanding. God, this has been coming up. It's like, it's okay to be the bad guy. And there's this sort of energy of like, not everybody is going to be able to go with you on this new adventure, to go with you in this new light and quality of energy that you're sharing with the world. That it is okay for you to step away and like collect yourself, right? Collect your energy. Like, it's okay. It is okay, right? I heard like, it's like you won, but it's sort of like, right, that 5 of Swords energy, that's what I'm tuning into. It's like, you made it to where you wanted. Oh God, sorry. Oh, there's so many different things. I feel so bad because I'm like stumbling over my words. I'm like, where I was going at the beginning of talking about this, it's like Jupiter's granting you a gift. It's a gift of victory. And it's like, what are you going to do with it? Because I kind of got the energy of like, you're getting the, like, I'm seeing like the poisoned apple from like Maleficent. Or no, that's not the wrong enemy. Wrong enemy. Whatever, or wrong villain. It's like you're getting like the thing that can like, but you're getting it and you're like, what do I want to do with this? And you're like, I could take this apple and turn it into something else. I can take this and change this into other things. Yeah, Greta, this is kind of how my astrology works now. I do a lot of my channeling and astrology. They just work hand in hand. Yeah, Snow White, but what's the name of the villain? I'm like, what's her name? Yeah. If you say another sink, my brain's gonna explode. Tasia, baby girl. Oh my God, I have a fun little story time to tell you guys while I'm doing this. So yesterday when I was with my family, I just sing random songs now. And then I'm walking with my sister and I started singing "In the Arms of the Angel." And she just looked at me and she's like, I was like, I'm sorry. This is just how I work. She's like, no, because I literally just had the feeling that song invokes right before you started singing it. And I was like, I'm just a radio for God at this point. I'm just a radio, like, she's just called the Evil Queen. Yeah. Queen Grimhild. Regina, and what I've been rewatching Once Upon a Time. Did I give you another sync? I hope. I love this. So, God, what the fuck am I supposed to say about this full moon? I almost feel like I don't want to upload this to YouTube. I'm like, what the Yeah, my antennas. Yeah, dude. I literally am just, I work for God at this point. This full moon's going to be unique for each and every one of you, but it's sort of like, what can you take about what's being exposed? It's like your energy being amplified through the tension that's happening between your masculine and feminine Venus and Mars having this tension. It's like, what can be created through the tension that is happening? And it's literally breaking you free. I heard it's short-circuiting your energy so you can start, oh my God, Oh, it's alive, guys. It's alive. It's alive. I got it. You've been operating on a certain mainframe, and what's happening is there's so much energy coming in. Like, that's what this full moon is like. So much energy. Jupiter, Sun conjunct Leo. Okay. So much energy coming in that it's short-circuiting you, taking that energy, and I'm seeing the energy jump and land into an entirely new experience. We got it. We made it, guys. It's like you're literally jumping into a new operating system that you've been, Spirit's like, we've been trying to build this for you guys on the outside. They're literally like, we've been cultivating these things. It's why there's a lot of separation or lack of clarity, right? You don't know what's on the other side of this, but this full moon is really asking you to, like, Mars square Venus. You could say timeline. I'm not gonna subscribe people to whatever they new reality, new timeline, new life, new vocation, whatever it is. New self, new car, new me, new name, who dis. New phone, who dis? I don't know. I have to take my socks off. I'm channeling. I get hot. Whatever that is for you guys, okay? But it really is this, like, I heard like a hop, skip, and a jump. That's what I keep hearing. A hop, skip, and a jump. What's that from? Anyways, yeah, what is that from? Short distance to something that's located close by. Oh my God, I'm getting OA energy, by the way. I'm getting like, when it's time to race down, when you have to do something. Yeah, because the path is so steep. What the heck? The meaning of hop, skip, and a jump is a short distance step shouting distance. Use 1760 in the time defined above. Time traveler. Oh, guys, you guys are seeing me go down a rabbit hole real time right now because I'm researching. Why is it bringing up a time traveler in the Merriam dictionary? The first known use of this was in, the time traveler. It's going back to the 1760s. That's the first time that had been used. A hop, skip, and a jump. Okay, anyways, wow. And I keep seeing like a skipping stone as I'm talking about this energy. It's like getting the perfect angle, the perfect, like, oh my God. It's like Spirit's like, oh, I love Wrinkle in Time. I'm so down to stream that movie. I've been channeling that over and over again the last couple days. Talking about this, but I'm seeing Spirits like, here you go. Here's this stone, and you're looking at it. And what I'm feeling is some people on this full moon might not get this energy. I really only talk about the astrology for people that are like actively working with the lunations. Yeah, we could watch that. I'm so down. It's like Spirit's like, here's a stone. A regular person would be like, why the hell would you hand me a stone? And you're like, you're going to skip the stone and watch it, and it like is bending reality and opening a whole fucking portal. That's the gift of this time. It's like I'm seeing like static electricity. It's like things are building. This full moon is a point of that too. It might, and I've been, when I was talking about the eclipse in Aquarius back on February 17th at the beginning of this year, please look back to that. Look in your camera roll. Look at what's been ignited at that time, because it really is the breaking of the illusion and of the mainstream structure of the false reality, the matrix, right? It's breaking it down, and it's going to break a lot of people's brains. It's going to break people's brains. Yeah, I remember the Wrinkle in Time books. So, wow, goddamn, I'm just in the zone of channeling. I feel like I haven't really talked about the square and the fact that they're both in the cerebral signs ruled by Mercury. So whatever was moving during this Mercury retrograde, there's something very significant about the substance of using the clearing that happened with the Mercury retrograde is giving you the opportunity to look at like Mars and Gemini, right? The mental energy of like action that wants to be taken on your words, and the Venus, and my AC just kicked on. Venus and Virgo is like wanting perfectionism. And so there's sort of this compromise of like, can we just have a meeting of the minds and understanding Mercury in the sense of how it operates with the intuitive instinct, right? Instinct and the intuition, intellect and intuition, because intellect comes from Gemini, intuition comes from Virgo, intuition being the womb. And so this full moon is like this fucking crazy catalyst. So I heard like, just let yourself be moved with it. And it's going to be integrated through the nodal shift of the North Node and South Node. Like, this is a massive timeline shift that's happening. And I heard all aboard, like, get on. Get on. Wait, when? What? The date, by the way, this is the day I'm talking about. And for those of you who are interested, I have eclipse readings. So I talk about like what the next year and a half is going to look like and those deeper themes that you're going to be moving through during this time, because it's deeply personal for you guys. Oh, I'm going to do a YouTube video on this full moon for sure. I'll probably record it tomorrow because I really want to like dive into this. Yes, all my offerings are on my website as always. Yeah, everything's there. It's all there. I'll show you guys. Boop. Would an eclipse interpretation be included in the natal chart reading? That is separate. If there's time, potentially, but knowing your soul's blueprint as the base foundation, that is key. That is key. It is separate. I'm like looking at my, yeah. I always suggest to people, if you've not had your natal chart read by me, and even if you've had it read by somebody else, it's very different the way I read. You guys saw it here first, and just how I was talking here. When is the eclipses? Yes, I will have video breakdowns of those. The eclipse portal is going to be, and we're gonna start wrapping up the live stream here. The eclipse portal is going to be August 12th to August 27th. Yes, and that is something that is going to be coming. I want you to read me to filth. Let's go. That is going to be a big thing. Guys, fuck my words, everything. I'm in word soup right now. Stay grounded. Well, it's gonna fuck you up different. That's for sure. It's gonna be a different quality. So the eclipse portal coming up August 12th to the 27th. It's a 2-week portal. I will be opening up more seats within the inner circle, because we're going to be doing that through the inner circle. That's going to be an offering that I'm going to be gifting my inner circle members. And for anybody who is feeling that desire to be in the inner circle, we'll be moving through those 2 weeks and really being held in that. I'm going to be talking and touching base with you guys every single day like we did last time. For those of you who are in, don't be anxious about it. You're going to be held. I'm going to be holding down the fort with that and having touch points. It's just it's like being caterpillar goo. That's what the eclipse portals are. Massive changes. So I'll be sending out emails and updates as those things start happening. Obviously with my move, my timeline of sharing things and like releasing things got changed, but it's meant to be. So that's going to be happening. I'll have videos on that. We'll be talking about those. And yeah, I'm fucking pooped, guys. This is a longer live stream. I knew it was going to be longer just because I wanted to recap the major things of last week. Give me a moment. I'm going to shut my windows because my AC just turned on and I don't want to be wasting energy. We're going to do this. Wow. Whoa. I just got really lightheaded. If anything happens to me, Callie has my mom's number. Wow. I've been drinking coffee. No rest for the wicked. We're in our Evil queen era. Girl. It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Girl. Okay, we're fine. Okay. Questions, comments, concerns. All of this is going to be written in my newsletter, so we're gonna have that going again. So thank you guys for all the love. Questions, comments, concerns, astrology. Same, I was listening to that. Don't lay on my keyboard. Nope. Come here. My nap. Him stinky. Big stinky. I'm excited for these eclipses. Let me tell you guys a little bit about me. My moon's in Aquarius. I've been a tinfoil hat wearer my entire life. And now it's like, wow, finally everybody's catching up. Everybody's catching up. It's time. It's time for everything to be revealed. I was concerned about Saturn retrograde, and then you talked about the full moon. Here's the thing. I'm so fucking tired of astrologers fear-mongering shit, and I'm gonna be so honest, like, use your own discernment. Saturn goes retrograde all the time. It's literally a reassessment. It could be really hard. You might be looking at everything that you built and you've been chopping like wet, soggy wood and been putting it in a pile, and you're like, oh, that's not sustainable. Or it's been raining and all the wood's wet and now you have to scrap all that. Sure. That's life. That's life. Me, as I'm like literally going through my return, like, it's just life. But it's like, what do we get to do with the substance, right? Fear, when we fall into fear, and we always do, it's human nature, it's that instinct within us, that primal nature that keeps us safe and alive. Fear is useful in dire situations, but when fear comes up, I literally, guys, there was a fire so close to my house, and I literally, can you not be on my keyboard? Thank you. I literally was like, I can't fall into fear because I will not make smart decisions. When fear gets us, you don't make smart decisions. It literally shuts your brain down. So you have the moment, you feel the things. Like, I literally would like sit and I was like, I just have to feel the intensity of all of this and everything that's resting on my shoulders, all these animals' lives, all these things, all these belongings, all this stuff. And then I sat and I would cry and I'm like, okay, cool. Now we got to like take action. And I was sick right before that. I was still like sick while all that was happening. So it was crazy. I don't know, man. So, yeah, like Saturn is here to teach us lessons. And like, I know a good chunk of us just haven't had, sometimes they are hard lessons because we've been staring at the thing or ignoring things and trying to claim ignorance is bliss. I'm not somebody that does that. So I don't have problems with Saturn where I've been ignoring my shit, right? And so it might be a wake-up call for some people where you've been like blatantly ignoring that you've been building a foundation of something that isn't on sustainable ground. And yeah. And shadow work, I mean, I've been actively doing shadow work every day for the last 2 years, and now I finally am at this point where Spirit's like, please stop. Please go have fun. I don't know how to have fun, guys. That's my next freaking adventure, is how to fucking have fun. And that makes me sad to think about. I don't know how to have fun. I like working. My 5th house is Capricorn. Fun is working. Yeah, I love Saturn too. Okay, little side, we're having a little chatty chat. Little side thing I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about women or feminine beings, right? Women that I feel like, I don't know, there's been a lot of conversations and different astrologers taking on the aspect of Saturn as like actually a feminine entity. And I've been sitting with my feminine lineage a lot more and been thinking about Saturn, and that I feel that this did come through when I was sitting with ayahuasca, that my Saturn placement actually represents my mom more so than my father, and my father is more my moon sign because they had energetic role reversals. And I've been sitting as Saturn as the mother more so than the father, and been sitting with the like feminine archetypes of weaving and the structures of that and of the like maternal energy. And I have a whole thing I've written about this, and it's a whole piece. Yeah. Yeah, and I've been talking to people about this, and a lot of clients that I've had have been talking about how it's been more maternal related versus paternal, right? And it's something that, yeah, I would love to dive deeper on, but there is something, but I mean, even just like structure and time, and like if we were to put it in a androgynous energy, it just is structure and discipline and devotion, right? It's like we have to create sustainably. Dropping bars, guys. Ugh. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat, and I'm gonna go write and get things organized. I'm like, I have now a whole new life to live. I now am finally closer to town, which I've been wanting. Only like a 7-minute drive, which is baffling. It's why, so a little background. I moved to the state I'm presently in, literally almost 2 years ago. It was like August 1st, 2 years ago. Yeah, I do something fun. Sleep. Honestly, Greta, I'm like, I don't know what to do. That's my big thing is like, I'm ready to like sign up for some like fun dance classes. I'm ready to go socialize. I'm ready to go just be around people because I've just been isolated for the last 2 years, because to go into town, it's a 45-minute drive from my last spot. So I'm like, I'm just not going to do that. Not going to do that. So maybe I'll play some video games, honestly, at this point right now, because that's what I have capacity for. Maybe play some Valorant or a dinosaur game. But I love you guys. We will catch up in the Discord. Lots of big updates coming as I'm settling in. I still need to put my clothes away, and that's been bugging me. Anyways, I'm now just like procrastinating my hunger. I love you guys. I love you. Love you guys. My son says, bye. Bye. See ya.